Hello everybody, I hope you're all doing well. Welcome back to a very early episode of CSGO News this morning. I will also have a second episode later today. As always, hope you guys all enjoy. Let's go right into it. And first off today, guys, in huge CSGO news was Valve's announcement an official change to the coaching role in CSGO, which has taken pretty much everyone by surprise, and it caused a huge uproar so far in the CSGO community. And the new update, if you guys have not heard about it right now, restricts all coaching communication strictly to warm-up, timeouts, and halftime. So if you guys weren't aware, previously coaches could talk whenever they wanted during the game, talk about in-game strategies, lead players where they're supposed to go. Now they're restricted to only talking during warm-ups, timeouts, and halftime during Valve-sponsored events. Now, a key word there, hopefully some organizers or event hosts are going to play on those words later and possibly not enforce this rule. But as of right now, in those Valve-sponsored events, that pretty much makes all coaches absolutely worthless, because the timing that you don't really need your coaches is during those warm-ups, during those timeouts. That's when all the players are talking to one another, and you need those coaches in those panic moments where you don't have time to talk. Now, and you step back 3 months ago, if you guys remember this, we had an interview a long time ago with former Liquid coach GB James, and what I took from this interview when he was talking about the coaching role was that he was talking about a possible expansion to the coaching role and how coaches become even more involved in the game. Now we fast forward 3 months later, and apparently this has all come down to a reduction in the coaching role, and I really don't understand the benefit so far for why Valve is enforcing this. Now, this benefit only benefits a few teams out there who don't have coaches, and I'll be curious to see as of right now which event and which hosts and organizers will actually follow this rule, and if Valve will have any leniency toward this. So you guys have ESL, you have Starlighter, Face It, I mean, you have all of these event organizers. I'm really curious to see if Valve's going to enforce it across all of them. We already have rumors right now that Face It's not going to enforce these rules, but it's really curious to see. I'm really curious to see what teams are affected most by this. Obviously, the worst part of this is we have the #1 team in the world, SK Gaming, who is already by far and away the best team, and one of those few teams out there who has no coaching role. It's just their 5 players right now. So as of right now, our #1 team in the world, who is already by far and away the #1 team, only improves because of this update, while every other team behind them, almost every other team that is, harshly declines. In other news out there, for any OpTic fans, we had Hector announce a brand new CSGO house for OpTic, and after watching this video, guys, on one of their episodes of Vision, I almost wanted to go pro myself, although we all know that's not possible whatsoever. I mean, the house had an indoor pool, it had a sauna, a workout room, even a hockey rink. These CSGO players are by far and away the most spoiled CSGO players out there right now, and it's safe to say at this moment in time, it's the nicest CSGO house amongst any team out there. And I do need to quickly warn all of you guys who are watching, if you're not a North American CSGO fan, you might want to skip forward the past 2 minutes, or the next 2 minutes that is, because all of this is going to revolve around the North American Shuffle and several teams who have finalized their roster as of the last few days. The first one, of course, is North American Shuffle. The first one that's been finalized is Selfless Gaming and their 5-man roster after getting rid of it. If you guys heard about Uber and their temporary player known as Mainline. But what's funny here, if you guys have not heard about this story, is one of their newest members, who goes by the name of Brezzy, was actually originally accused of cheating by Selfless's coach and their current coach Ryu after last season's ECS qualifiers. After they played Selfless Gaming, he was accused by Selfless's very own coach of cheating. Now, apparently that's not true. He wasn't cheating, and even more so, neither of their feelings were seemingly hurt too bad, because Ryu and of course Selfless Gaming both went after him, recruited him, and also signed him onto their new roster. And so Selfless Gaming's roster, their 5-man roster, has been finalized just in time for ESL Pro League, which is going on right now. And CLG has also finalized their roster in time for EPL as well. That started yesterday for them, as they have added players Nadi and Sabrosa to their roster to replace Tarek and Pita. CLG's 5-man roster will now be Nadi, Sabrosa, Cutler, Kusta, and Hazed. And Team Solomid has also confirmed their 5th and final player, who will be Justin, the former Team Energy player, will seemingly only be a temporary stand-in for TSM for the time being, but he will be their new 5th stand-in player. And the last North American Shuffle news for today, guys, has been confirmed. It was hinted at earlier this week, and that will be Cloud9's newest member, who will replace Slemmy, and that will be the former TSM player known as Automatic, who will be joining Cloud9's roster again, just like all these other North American Shuffles, just in time for EPL, or that is ESL Season 4, which is going on today and started yesterday for Cloud9, and he'll be joining them right in time for that. Now, it's uncertain as of right now the future for Slemmy, as he has voiced, if you guys didn't hear about this, he voiced his want to actually keep playing professional CSGO as a player. So as of right now, guys, he will not be jumping in that Cloud9 coaching role. He'll be trying to find a new pursuit with another team as a player. And finally, this morning in CSGO news, guys, it was not long for former Envyus coach Maniac and his new CSGO team, who was formerly known as Team Unity, to get picked up by an organization. Maniac's team, if you guys don't remember, includes former Dignitas player Tensky, who actually has a lot of potential, I believe, personally. Also, 2 former preparation players, Katie and Glaze, both of those pretty well-known players as well. And then finally, a player known as Headshot, and of course, Maniac himself. That will compose their 5-man roster, and they have all been picked up by an Overwatch organization named Rogue, and that will be their CSGO team's name going forward, and they will represent this organization's first jump into the CSGO scene, so best of luck to them. And that's going to be it for this morning's episode of CSGO News. I'm not used to saying that, because for the first time ever today, I'm going to do a double upload of CSGO News. There are so many great stories. Most of those great stories I have saved for the second episode, which should be uploaded later this afternoon, so keep an eye out for that, guys. Thank you all so much for watching. Again, going to be the first time I ever do a double upload of CSGO news, so I cannot wait to see the response from all of you guys, and hopefully you all enjoyed this video as well as the next one. As always, guys, live, love, laugh a lot. Remember, I like you. I will see you all in a couple hours with another CSGO news episode. Until then, remember, I like you. Goodbye.